Not true. My father already made the choice to be with my mother for the rest of his life, not Brooke. Ridge will always love my mother, Steffi, always. And I'm sorry if that's an inconvenience for you and Taylor, but it's the truth. Not true. My father already made the choice.
Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps, The Bold and the Beautiful edition. Today is Thursday, October the 20th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it like a solid 7. It was solid. Let's jump right into this. I'm not going to hold you long. We see Hope and Steffi. So as you saw in the first clip, Hope is just telling Steffi, girl, it doesn't matter if your daddy with your mama right now. He's always gonna have a connection to Brooke. They're always gonna gravitate back towards each other. So, but it is your fault that he's not with my mom right now because you, Thomas, and Taylor both just pressured him and pushed him and wanted him to be with your mom so badly until he finally was there. And she said, and y'all took complete advantage of Aspen. And I said, nah, wait, Hope, that's not how it went down. Honestly, Steffi is telling the truth. Ridge had already made up his mind to be with Taylor by the time he got in Aspen. So they didn't do anything there. But what you're saying about, everything else, yes, that is truthful. And you're absolutely right. Mainly it was Thomas who pushed Ridge towards Taylor because of the whole calling of CPS. But anywho, moving on from that, they're just going back and forth about who wants their parents to be with each other. I don't know. There's no point in this conversation because, to be quite honest with you, Hope is going to defend her mother and want her to be with her dad. Steffi's going to defend her mother and want her to be. Wait, I said with her dad. I meant with Ridge. And Steffi's going to defend her mother and want her to be with her dad. So there's really no compromise or ending to this argument. They're just going in circles.
Taylor hadn't come back. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So are you saying this is my mom's fault? That my father doesn't know his own mind, his heart? Because I can tell you, Hope, he does. His heart is fully with my mother. Taylor hadn't.
Now, Steffi, that's not true because we saw that Ridge looked off into the distance each time he had a moment to just be by himself and think. Heck, he did it right after he was sitting there laying beside Taylor, and was thinking about Brooke as soon as she dozed off. So that's not true, ma'am. But, they got to defend their mom. So I'm not mad at this conversation. But I don't want to hear it anymore. To be quite honest with you, I'm done with this. They're just every time an event happens, Hope runs over to Steffi and Steffi puts her in her place. To be quite honest with you, and I don't like Steffi. It's not that I don't like Hope or I do like Hope. I'm just indifferent. Like she's a character to me that I'm indifferent about. Sometimes I like her, sometimes she's just annoying to me. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just don't care. And so this conversation, we've seen it like several times before. It's just over, something has moved in the relationship, but they've had this conversation before about Hope wanting to put a stop to Steffi and her mom. I mean, how are you going to stop something? At the end of the day, it's up to Ridge, and he chose Taylor. So then we see Liam and Brooke, and Liam and Brooke are talking, and I say, y'all sure do have a lot of scenes alone together. But anyways, they talk about, she tells him, I have no clue what I did to Ridge, but he keeps asking me, like, just say what you've done. And he was like, she said, I don't think it's Bill. I don't think it's Deacon. She said, but he keeps wanting me to admit something, and I don't know what it is. And so then they talk about Steffi. I mean, not Steffi, but Hope, and how Hope always defends her. And Brooke says, yes, she does, but I hate that she has to defend me. She said, I just wish I knew what it was that Ridge feels like I've done so we could work on this. Because, Liam is like, when he brings his butt home, maybe you can get some answers.
We're married. We have a life together. A life that seemed so promising just a few days ago until he saw something in me that made him change. He thinks that I did something, and I have no idea what it is. I mean, what could possibly get Ridge to upend our lives like this?
Baby, they showed that picture of Thomas and Douglas. I said, stop playing with us. But Lil be tickling me because baby, he be all up in the mix. He be wanting to know all the information. He's all up in it. But somebody needs to put two and two. I mean, one and one together and make two. So we could go ahead and wrap this storyline up. But heck, Ridge and Taylor gotta come back from Aspen. I guess they're not coming back this week. We'll see if they'll be back next week. But yeah, Brooke just continues to say, I have no idea what Ridge wants me to say or what he thinks I've done. And Liam just says, you have to talk about this. She said, I know, because it's my love, it's my life, it's my happiness. I said, Brooke, I don't feel like you should put all that on a man, but okay, let's keep going. So then we see Carter and Katie. Listen, Lord. So they up in the office and Carter throwing his what do you call those? His notebook down and everything and talking about, and Katie says, are you feeling better? He's like, oh, I just embarrassed myself. I told everybody in a meeting that it's not Katie, but Quinn left me.
Have you recovered yet?
From humiliating myself, you mean?
You didn't humiliate yourself.
I announced to an entire office of colleagues that Quinn left me. That's not the textbook definition of humiliation, man.
First of all, they're not just your colleagues, they're your friends.
And listen, I said, sir, you know what's embarrassing? The fact that you that Quinn ran up to the altar while you was getting married to Paris and took your butt out of that altar, and you left Paris standing there crying in her mama's arms. Miss Grace had me hollering because she was like, I told you this man wasn't no damn good. But that's embarrassing. And then Paris had to come back to work the next few days, and we didn't get to see it all, but she had to come back to work and then see you and Quinn together. That's embarrassing, sir. You being left by Quinn, I mean, it is what it is. And so then he said he reached out to somebody that he feels will help him come to an understanding on why Quinn did this. I said, please wrap this up about Quinn. The girl is gone now. And to be quite honest with y'all, this storyline doesn't make sense. So wrap this up. So then we see Shauna come through. And Katie said, you called Shauna? And she said, well, hi, Katie. And Katie said, hey. And he said, yes, because I want to know what was Quinn thinking. Why would she do this? And everything. And Shauna just told him, I only talked to her briefly, but when I did talk to her, she was apologetic about what she had done. And he said, I told her I didn't have to have kids. I just wanted to be with her. And Shauna said, but if you were lying and she felt that, then that's what she knew. And anyway,
that's why I don't understand. I mean, she made comments about not being able to give me what I wanted, marriage, a family, but I told her none of that matters to me.
Yeah, but is that really true?
Quinn's extremely good at reading people, what they say and don't say, and if she really felt deep down you did want those things, then that was probably part of it.
That's why
she just tells them, like, this is Quinn. You might not know it, but she just does things and she hijacks it out. And then she's gone. And so she was like, that's just Quinn. And I wish I could give you more closure, but I will say you're a great guy and you're going to find someone who will appreciate you. And he looked back at Katie and I said, listen, I know I did say that I want, like, I'm not mad at Katie and Carter being together, but I don't know. Honestly, you just got out of a relationship with a man that really wanted another woman over you. If Quinn were to come back, I feel like they would put Carter and Quinn back together and it would be another woman, another man who wants another woman over you. I think you should cool it on Carter. Honestly, that's just my opinion. I know they're not, and I'm going to try to get into this relationship, but I honestly think they should just cool it. These two, but let's move on. So baby, then we get to Sheila and Deacon, and he is just livid because he said Bill is just such a dang narcissist, and who does this? Who walks around with fake money and stuff?
He's got his face on these dollar bills. I don't even know he gets his hair that way. It's ridiculous.
Girls,
What arrogant son.
to you, okay? He's not worth it.
That's for damn sure. He God, it gets under my skin. Just want to. He thinks he's so much better than me. He's got his face on these.
And Sheila just like, don't let him get to you. And she said, but did I hear him correctly? Brooke and Ridge broke up. And he said, yeah, it seems like it. He said, but she don't need to be with him. And she said, who she need to be with? You? And he said, well, I mean, she could, yeah. Sheila said, well, that girl, she said, I'm gonna have to agree with Bill on that. She don't need you. No, you're not the one. She said she doesn't think that he is a good fit for Brooke. And he was like, why? Because you're jealous. And she was like, boy, I'm not jealous. And he was like, you know, you're sexy, Brooke's sexy, you're intelligent, Brooke's intelligent. He was just naming off all the things. He said, but it seems like you're jealous. And she was like, I am not jealous of Brooke. Stop it.
So you don't think Brooke and I have a future, huh?
I don't see it in the cards.
Maybe you don't want me to see it because you're jealous. Hey,
Brooke, are you serious?
Sheila, so you don't.
I don't know what it is, but Deacon and Sheila have so much chemistry. I like these two together. And I wish, honestly, that some kind of way, because I know she really supposed to be in prison and all that, but some kind of way they could, build up their own little business or something, where they could just be in their own little lane. You know what I mean? They still be scheming, because it's Deacon and it's Sheila, so they're gonna still be scheming, but do their own little thing, because actually they have such great chemistry that they can hold the soap when they're just showing the Forresters and all that these two can hold it by themselves, because they've been doing these scenes together and no one else for weeks, and it's been good. I don't know, I enjoy every time I see them. But y'all, that was The Bold and the Beautiful today. It's just Brooke is just confused. She still doesn't understand why Ridge has done what he's done. Steffi is still saying, my family is together, the Forces. I said, you need to be worried about your husband and Hayes. And y'all are right. Like, where is Finn? Where is Finn? Y'all sitting here worried about the wrong thing. Taylor and Ridge are not even there, and Hope, you shouldn't have ran yourself over there anyways to get shut down by Steffi. I don't know why she keep running over. Like, what did you think you were gonna prove? Liam and Brooke, they're still getting a little too close for comfort, but as of today, it didn't feel weird. Nothing felt like it was going on. Deacon and Sheila have chemistry. Anyways, guys, that was The Bold and the Beautiful today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for all new episodes of What Happened on the Soaps Bold and the Beautiful edition. Goodbye.